The SpaceX headquarters in Hawthorne, California was a temple of innovation buzzing with engineers, scientists, and visionaries working relentlessly to make interplanetary travel a reality. But lately, something had felt off. Elon Musk, the billionaire entrepreneur known for his relentless pursuit of the impossible, had sensed it. He had always believed that progress required risk, but the anomalies appearing in recent launches weren't just risks, they were deliberate. It started subtly. A minor glitch in the telemetry system of a Falcon 9 test. Then an unexpected power surge in the booster separation sequence of a Starship prototype. These were things that shouldn't have happened, not with the level of precision SpaceX operated at. The official reports blamed faulty software updates, but Musk had an instinct for these things. And his instinct told him this wasn't an accident. So, on a late Tuesday night, long after most employees had gone home, Musk sat alone in his dimly lit office, poring over data logs from recent missions. He leaned back in his chair, eyes narrowing at a particular anomaly, the same error code appearing in multiple instances, but only when classified data was transmitted. "Someone's interfering," he muttered under his breath. Determined to dig deeper, he called in his most trusted cybersecurity expert, Dr. Aidan Clark, a former NSA analyst who had joined SpaceX 5 years ago. Aidan was sharp, methodical, and, above all, loyal. Within an hour, Aidan was at Musk's office, staring at the same set of logs. He adjusted his glasses and frowned. "This is bizarre," Aidan said. "It's not a typical bug. These errors are being triggered remotely. Someone is injecting unauthorized commands into the system, but they're doing it in a way that makes it look like software failures." Musk's expression darkened. "So, we're being hacked?" "Not just hacked," Aidan said, typing furiously. "This is espionage. Someone inside SpaceX is feeding classified launch data to an external source. And judging by the pattern, it's been happening for months." Musk exhaled sharply, running a hand through his hair. "We need to find out who's behind this. And fast." Aidan hesitated. "There's more. Whoever's doing this, they're not just stealing data. They're altering key parameters in real time. If this continues, they could cause a catastrophic failure during an actual launch." Musk's stomach tightened. He had risked billions to make space travel safer, to push humanity beyond its limits. The thought that someone was sabotaging those efforts from within was unacceptable. His mind raced. SpaceX was a fortress, but even the most secure systems had weaknesses. If there was a mole inside the company, exposing them wouldn't be easy. And if this was part of something bigger, a coordinated attack, then the consequences could be global. Musk turned to Aidan. "We're not reporting this." "Not yet." Aidan looked surprised. "Why not?" "The FBI." "No," Musk interrupted. "If this goes to the authorities, it'll leak. Whoever's behind this will go underground. We handle this internally. And I want you to track every digital footprint, every suspicious login, every encrypted message. We're going to find them before they find out we're onto them." Aidan nodded, already pulling up security access records. "Understood." As Musk stared at the flickering screen, he felt an unfamiliar chill. For the first time in his career, he wasn't just leading a revolution, he was stepping into a battle. And he had no idea who the enemy was. Elon Musk wasn't the kind of man to let problems linger. The moment he realized SpaceX was under attack from within, he went into overdrive. He barely slept that night, pacing his office, replaying launch failures in his mind, wondering how deep the sabotage went. By morning, Aidan Clark had results. "I traced the unauthorized data leaks," Aidan said as he walked into Musk's private conference room, carrying his laptop. "The transmissions are piggybacking on routine system updates. Someone inside SpaceX is embedding code within the patches we push to our servers." Musk frowned. "Do we know who?" Aidan exhaled, his fingers tapping rapidly on the keyboard. "Not yet, but I narrowed it down to 5 employees with access to this level of code. 3 are long-term engineers who've been with us since the early Falcon days. One's a recent hire from MIT. And the last one," he paused. Musk leaned in. "Who's the last one?" Aidan hesitated before answering. "Dr. Evelyn Carter." Musk's eyes flickered with recognition. Evelyn had been with SpaceX for 4 years, working directly on Starship's propulsion systems. She was one of the brightest minds in aeronautics, a genius with an uncanny ability to solve complex engineering problems in record time. Musk had personally recruited her from NASA. "She's one of our best," Musk said, shaking his head. I find it hard to believe she'd betray us. Aiden nodded. I know, but the patterns don't lie. Every data breach occurred on nights she accessed the system remotely. And the weirdest part? The data was routed through multiple VPNs, bouncing off servers in Russia, China, and Germany before disappearing into the darknet. Musk's face darkened. Someone's covering their tracks. Aiden clicked on a file and turned the laptop toward Musk. I went a step further and checked security footage. 2 nights ago, at exactly 2:37 a.m., Evelyn entered the main control room. She wasn't scheduled for a shift. She stayed for 40 minutes, then left without logging any work. That was the same night we had an unexplained security breach. Musk studied the grainy black and white footage of Evelyn walking into the restricted access area. She wasn't acting suspicious, but something about it didn't sit right. We need to talk to her, Musk said, standing up. Aiden hesitated. And if she denies everything? Musk's jaw tightened. Then we find out the truth another way. Evelyn was in the engine testing bay calibrating a new Raptor prototype when Musk walked in. She didn't look up, focused entirely on the holographic display in front of her. Elon, she said without turning. Didn't expect to see you here. Musk studied her. Cool. Collected. If she was involved, she wasn't giving anything away. Got a minute, he asked. She finally looked up, wiping her hands on her lab coat. Sure. What's up? Musk leaned against the steel railing. Something's happening at SpaceX and I need your help. Evelyn frowned. What kind of something? There's been unauthorized access to classified systems, Musk said. Data's being leaked. And whoever's doing it knows exactly what they're looking for. Evelyn's eyes narrowed. You think it's an inside job? Musk nodded. And I need to know if you've seen anything unusual. Evelyn crossed her arms. I haven't noticed anything out of the ordinary. But I'll keep an eye out. Musk held her gaze. You were in the control room 2 nights ago. Why? Evelyn's posture stiffened just for a second. She started, then stopped. She looked away before answering. I was checking on some telemetry readings. Something seemed off after the last test. Musk didn't blink. And you didn't think to report it? Evelyn exhaled sharply. I didn't find anything. I assumed it was a minor glitch. Silence stretched between them. Musk finally nodded. All right. But as he walked away, he knew something was wrong. Evelyn had just lied to his face. Elon Musk wasn't convinced. Evelyn Carter had lied, and he knew it. The question wasn't just why, it was how deep this went. Back in his office, he met with Aiden, who had been running additional scans on the internal security systems. She's hiding something, Musk said as he leaned against his desk, arms crossed. Aiden nodded, tapping on his laptop. I thought so too. So I dug deeper into her recent activities. He pulled up a screen showing logs of system access over the past 3 months. Musk stepped closer. What am I looking at? Aiden pointed at a cluster of timestamps. These are instances where Evelyn accessed our classified Starship development files. The problem? Some of these happened while she was physically away from SpaceX, including one when she was on a flight to Houston. Musk's brow furrowed. Which means either she has a way to access the system remotely or someone's using her credentials. Aiden hesitated. Or both. Musk exhaled sharply. We need proof before we confront her again. I anticipated that, Aiden said. So I took the liberty of monitoring her workstation in real time. Musk raised an eyebrow. And? Aiden clicked on another screen. A live feed popped up showing Evelyn's office. She was sitting at her desk, her face illuminated by the blue glow of her screen. But that wasn't what caught Musk's attention. It was the second screen, an unauthorized external device connected to her system. What the hell is that? Musk asked. Aiden zoomed in. Looks like a secure relay server. She's bypassing our firewalls. Musk clenched his jaw. Can you access her screen? I already did. Aiden turned the monitor towards Musk, revealing lines of encrypted code running in real time. She's transmitting something. Musk's voice dropped to a near whisper. Where is she sending it? Aiden ran a quick trace. The results sent a chill down both their spines. The data was being funneled to an unknown server buried within a classified U.S. military network. Musk stood there for a moment, processing the implications. If this was espionage, it wasn't just corporate, it was national security. We need to stop her, Aiden said. Musk's mind was already racing ahead. If Evelyn was a spy, exposing her now might force whoever she was working for to go into hiding. That meant they had to be careful. We're not confronting her yet, Musk decided. We're going to let her think she's getting away with it. Aiden looked confused. Why? Because we're going to set a trap, Musk said, his expression hardening. And when she walks into it, we'll have everything we need. The plan was simple but risky. Musk and Aiden would fabricate a highly classified new project, a supposed experimental propulsion system far ahead of anything SpaceX had officially developed. They planted fake documents, created a hidden server with a fabricated prototype blueprint, and placed it in a restricted access folder under Musk's personal authorization. The moment Evelyn attempted to access it, they'd have their proof. All that was left to do was wait. Hours passed. Then a day. Then two. On the third night, at precisely 2:41 a.m., Evelyn took the bait. Aiden's laptop beeped. "She's in," he whispered. Musk leaned over the screen. Evelyn had accessed the fake propulsion files and was attempting to transmit them. "Lock her out," Musk ordered. Aiden hit a command key, and just like that, Evelyn's connection was severed. Seconds later, security alarms blared through the SpaceX headquarters. Musk grabbed his phone. "It's time to pay Dr. Carter a visit." Elon Musk stormed through the halls of SpaceX, his mind racing with the weight of the situation. If Evelyn Carter was truly a spy, this wasn't just about stolen data. It was an attack on everything SpaceX stood for. Flanked by Aiden and two high-ranking security officers, Musk arrived at Evelyn's office. The lights were still on. She was inside. Musk didn't bother knocking. He pushed the door open. Evelyn jumped from her chair, startled. "Elon," her eyes darted between Musk, Aiden, and the guards. "What's going on?" Musk held up his phone, showing the real-time log of her unauthorized access. "You tell me." Evelyn's face paled. I don't know what you're talking about." Aiden stepped forward, his voice cold. "We know you accessed classified files. We know you attempted to transmit them outside the network. And we know this isn't the first time." Evelyn's eyes flickered with something. Fear, regret, maybe both. Then, unexpectedly, she exhaled and sat down. "I can explain," she said, her voice barely above a whisper. Musk crossed his arms. "Start talking." Evelyn hesitated, then pulled a small flash drive from her pocket and placed it on the desk. "I wasn't stealing from SpaceX," she said. "I was trying to stop someone else from doing it." Aiden scoffed. "That's convenient." Evelyn met Musk's gaze. "You said it yourself, Elon. Someone inside SpaceX has been leaking data. But it's not me. I've been trying to trace them." Musk studied her. "And you didn't think to report this?" Evelyn shook her head. "I didn't know who I could trust. Whoever is behind this has deep access. If I reported it and they found out, I could be in danger." Aiden glanced at Musk, uncertain. Musk narrowed his eyes. "If you're telling the truth, prove it." Evelyn slid the flash drive toward Aiden. "This has everything I found. Logs, IP traces, coded messages I intercepted. The real mole isn't me. It's someone higher up." Musk nodded at Aiden, who quickly plugged the drive into his laptop. Lines of code scrolled across the screen as he scanned the files. Then he froze. "Oh my God," Aiden whispered. "She's right." Musk leaned over. "What is it?" Aiden turned the laptop toward Musk. The data Evelyn had collected pointed to someone neither of them had suspected. It wasn't a low-level engineer. It wasn't Evelyn. It was someone far more dangerous. "Lucas Grant," Aiden said, his voice filled with disbelief. Musk's stomach twisted. Lucas Grant was one of the top executives at SpaceX. A man who had worked alongside Musk for nearly a decade. A trusted leader. A friend. Evelyn nodded grimly. "He's been selling SpaceX technology to an unknown buyer. And if I'm right, he's about to do something much worse." Musk clenched his fists. This wasn't just about stolen data anymore. It was about stopping a traitor before it was too late. Elon Musk felt a surge of fury unlike anything he had experienced before. Lucas Grant, his trusted executive, his right-hand man in some of SpaceX's biggest milestones, was the traitor. Aiden continued scanning the files on Evelyn's flash drive. "It's worse than we thought," he murmured. "Lucas wasn't just leaking technical data. He was planning something big." Musk leaned in. "Define big." Aiden pulled up an encrypted communication log. "He's been in contact with an unidentified buyer. Based on the timestamps, he's scheduled to meet them tomorrow night in a private airfield outside Los Angeles. Evelyn pointed at the screen. He's not just selling blueprints. He's giving them access to a critical backdoor in SpaceX's satellite network. Musk's blood ran cold. If an adversary gained control over those systems, they could do anything from disrupting global communications to compromising national security. Musk turned to Aiden. Can we stop him before the deal happens? Aiden nodded. If we move fast. Musk wasn't going to leave this to the authorities, not yet. He needed undeniable proof before taking Lucas down. With Evelyn's help, they traced the exact location of the deal and abandoned hangar at a private airstrip outside LA. By the following night, Musk, Aiden, and a team of SpaceX's private security operatives had taken their positions near the airfield. Hidden in the shadows, they watched as a black SUV pulled up outside the hangar. Lucas Grant stepped out carrying a sleek silver briefcase. Aiden whispered into Musk's earpiece that briefcase contains the encryption keys. If he hands those over, we're screwed. Musk's pulse pounded as a second vehicle arrived. Two men emerged, one tall and thin, the other stocky and broad-shouldered. Their faces were obscured by the dim lighting, but their movements were sharp, professional. Lucas walked toward them and held up the briefcase. As promised, they heard him say. Musk had seen enough. He grabbed the radio. Move in. Now. The security team surged forward. The airfield exploded into chaos as armed guards overpowered Lucas and his buyers. Lucas tried to run, but Musk himself intercepted him, shoving him against a car. You betrayed everything we built, Musk said through clenched teeth. Lucas struggled but couldn't escape. You don't understand, he spat. This wasn't just about money. SpaceX is too powerful. We control too much. The world needs balance. Musk stared at him, disgusted. You call this balance? Before Lucas could respond, security officers restrained him. The briefcase was recovered along with enough evidence to ensure Lucas would never set foot in the aerospace industry or any industry again. The buyers? They were gone, vanished into the night. But their operation had been crippled. 2 days later, Musk sat in his office, staring at the sunrise over Los Angeles. The threat had been neutralized, but it left scars. Trust had been broken. Security had been breached. Evelyn walked in. We did it. Musk nodded. Thanks to you. She hesitated. So, what happens now? Musk exhaled. We rebuild. Stronger. Smarter. He turned to her. And you? You're getting a promotion. A small smile formed on Evelyn's lips. Musk looked out the window again. SpaceX had survived its greatest betrayal. But he knew one thing for certain. This was only the beginning.